The following segment is sponsored by Health Communications, Inc. Stats released last month by the American Cancer Society show that cancer incidence rates in women under 50 are now 82% higher than their male counterparts. And colon cancer is the #1 cancer for men below age 50. Here to raise awareness about these alarming stats is Dr. Michael Aziz. Welcome to the show, Doctor.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Well, tell us, what is causing these alarming stats?
We have an epidemic of cancer in the United States, and it has to do with a variety of factors. Number one is the obesity epidemic, with 70% of Americans are overweight now. That's causing very high rates of cancer. Number two, we are eating a lot of processed food and all the low-carb product, a lot of sugar. That plays a huge role also in promoting cancer since we neglected our gut. Number three is the fact that many people switch from low-fat diets to low-carb diet, and they loaded up on bad protein choices, processed meat, bacon, sausage, hot dogs, and all those protein sources are full of nitrites, and nitrites promote cancer. They damage our DNA.
Cancer is affecting all of us, so tell us a little bit more about the low-carb and keto diets. How are those affecting it?
You know, I wrote a book a few years ago called The Perfect 10 Diet, and I was raising the alarm on low carb and keto diets, which are very much in vogue. People are eating too much protein, and protein is not a clean source of energy. The second thing, they're loading up on bad protein choices, just like I talked about, and nitrites promote cancer. They promote stomach cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer, and the research is everywhere. Yet people are neglecting that, but that's what's in vogue right now.
Well, what are the specific dangers of those popular diets?
Well, the danger of the popular diet that people really concentrate on weight loss only. So sometimes they say, oh, I'm doing great. They judge their success by how many pounds they lost on their bathroom scale. But that's a problem because they don't realize by they following those fat diet, they're also shaving a few years of their lives.
Absolutely. Well, what about these processed foods and how seed oils? How do those play a big part?
So seed oils for the viewers are really vegetable oils. We're talking about corn, cottonseed, and those types of oil that you find in the fast food industry are full of omega-6 fatty acids, which are very bad. They're inflammatory in nature, and they are linked to heart disease. They're linked to cancer. And we stayed away from the diets that our grandparents and our parents used for cooking, like butter or avocado oil or ghee. Now we're using seed oils, and that's also fueling the epidemic of cancer in the country.
Well, and diet is such a huge part of our everyday life. Is there anything else that you would like to tell our audience, or what would you like them to know?
I would like them to know that aging is a disease, and we have an epidemic of age-related diseases in this country, and cancer is one of them, and we can slow down the aging process. And that's why I wrote this book, the new book called The Ageless Revolution, which deals with aging as a disease that we can slow down or even reverse it.
Well, thank you for sharing all this information. It's so helpful. It's so important to be able to fuel our body with the right stuff. Where can we go for more information?
They can go on my website, www.theagelessrevolution.com.
All right, we'll grab that book as well. Thank you, Dr. Aziz, for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.